All right, everybody, welcome back to the Return to Monkey podcast for the 2024 season. This is episode 3. Once again, I'm your host, Champ. Got along with me, co-host Ishan. How are you doing, Ishan?
Uh, doing all right. Things could be better, but pulling through.
Yeah, and then we got a very special guest today, but unfortunately, our other co-host Ashvin, he couldn't make it, couldn't make it tonight. But it's okay. We got a very special guest. We got Jared two-time on here. Jared, how you doing?
Yo, yo. Very grateful to be on the show today. Can't wait to
Yeah,
talk.
very excited to have you on. Always love to have one of my knocks on. Always great. So I guess first and foremost, we're going to lead with the big trade that happened yesterday, which was Jared Goff, Mike Evans, Jameson Williams, and Carson Steele from me to Jared, and then Jared sent back Jared, Jalen Hurts, and Devonta Smith. So I guess first and foremost, Ishan, what were your thoughts on that trade?
Yeah, I think it was honestly pretty fair. I'm a big fan of JMO, as maybe we'll get into this episode. And I was spending the whole day trying to trade with Andrew on around that player as well. I like the haul that Jared got. I'm definitely a good fan of it. Maybe I am a little bit skeptical of Carson Steele, but I think that's still maybe I think Mike Evans and JMO will is a good driver for that trade. But yeah, a little skeptical of Carson, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, if I had to pick a fan of who has more fan of the trade, probably go like 55% leaning Jared and 45% for Andrew.
Yeah, I actually agree because I hate trading for QB, but I just have so many receivers. So I was like, why not?
Yeah, I think you could afford it, to be honest, because
Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean,
That's like we're missing maybe.
yeah, I mean, Ishan knows him and I were trying to work some shit like for days. Same shit with Jules, but it just didn't work out. So then I just had to pivot
yeah,
to Jared,
yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself for not full sending the trade up first, but
and it
um,
happens.
yeah.
So what was your immediate reaction when you saw that trade loaded, Ishan?
Yeah, when I saw it, then I was like, "Oh wow, trade." I wonder if Andrew fleeced someone, but to be honest, he did not. I think it was. I think it could help both sides. I'm always a fan of streaming QBs if you can do it, and I think Jared can survive for sure. Yeah, like having. We'll see if it fills in the gap of Pacheco because I think that's what Jared was looking for. I don't know exactly, but I think the wide receiver depth that he'll have will fill in the gaps because we're still waiting on the Terry McLaurin stuff. Because I think it'll work out, but if it doesn't work out, then Jared can stay afloat for a little bit until Pacheco's back. So I think I'm a fan. So, but yeah, nothing just too shocking. I was like, oh wow. I was kind of sad, honestly, though, to see JMO get traded, but it is what.
Yeah, well, you guys were asking for JMO, but just pivoting to Scarence Terrence. So what the hell happened with Keon Coleman and Scarence Terrence, Jared? What's going on there?
Oh, dude. Thought I drafted some big dogs. I wanted a wide receiver room full of alphas, but they're kind of I don't know, they're nerfed. Like McLaurin never really broke out of his slump. Kind of reminds me of like DJ Moore. How I thought it was mainly because of quarterback play, but obviously isn't. Well, I mean, to a certain degree, it is for McLaurin still because he got
Yeah.
primarily more of a dual threat quarterback, but one that likes to run a lot and one that's a rookie that doesn't like to throw a lot of touchdowns. So, that is what it is there. I think Keon Coleman will come to fruition hopefully by week 8, week 9, when he comes along with the system more. So I'm not too worried about him yet. But that obviously that Thursday night game was just a shit show in many ways. So nothing wants a game plan for him that time. I'm not freaking out though.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
this week, who are you gonna play? Scarence or Keon?
I got Keon right now, but that's always bound to change. Uh, Actually, probably most likely not. Well, it would be between him and like maybe I was thinking about Dowdle when I didn't have another running back playing, but because they're going to be in a negative game script, so I might think Dowdle against the Ravens, but that would be like the only other option. I'm not playing Scarens.
Really? Because Asher and I were surprised. We thought you would play Scarence.
Mm, I don't know, man. I've had him in a couple times in the past, and I've just seen this trend, and I don't like to play him until I see something from him. So,
Hmm. Yeah, since he has good corners, or I think the defense is pretty good. I think they're going to be playing pretty ticked off just because they're 0-2, and I feel like that's a blowout candidate game. So I don't think it's a bad play having Buffalo, knowing they haven't really gotten any of the receivers rolling yet, or Kincaid. So I think Josh Allen might even put a little more of an effort to get these guys more involved. So I don't hate the play with Keon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
And then so for the Hurts and Devonta side, were you trying to trade anyone else? Was there any other suitors?
No, you're the main suitor, dude. From what I remember. I know you, Sean, and I were gonna start talking about like Brees Hall or whatever, but obviously that I don't know if I
Mhm.
would have done that same package with him. Um, yeah, nobody else was really I was looking to trade for. I recently was trying to trade with Vishu, but that man's probably a bit busy with med school, so who knows what he's up to.
So what was it looking like for Brees that he was what were you looking to offer?
I don't
Oh,
even
it was literally the night of our trade, so I didn't even respond to him, I don't think.
I just planted a seed. We didn't even talk about any players.
Oh,
Nothing like that.
okay. It didn't even get off the ground.
Nah,
Yeah.
never took off.
Yeah,
I
I
think I
mean I
spent yeah, like a total of 6 hours yesterday just talking to Andrew about trades.
yeah, I was thinking about that shit a lot. I was like, fuck. But then when I told you to go find a different package, I knew you were asking to get something else because no one else has that many assets.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I told him like I'm probably not. Like I don't think anyone else can offer me.
Yeah, no one has that many assets. I was like, yeah, I'd like to see him try. Let's see what he comes back with. Came back with nothing. Yeah, but I also this is like kind of like 40 chess for me because you kept asking for a JMO. So then I was like, you know what? I got something for you, bitch. I traded JMO away, so the only package you could accept for me was the one that I wanted to
Oh, that
offer
was
you.
Thomas.
Yeah, exactly. So if you wanted to do the deal, that's the only deal you could have done because I already traded away JMO.
Yeah,
Damn.
not stingy with my fab. I didn't want to give 13 away, but looking back on it, maybe I should have just swallowed it. But
And
I just didn't want to equal the playing field in leverage, but I knew that my two of my big dogs were injured, so I had to be the small man in that trade a little bit.
I mean, I was talking to Ashman about this. You're 2-0, so you can take some
Yeah,
losses.
that's why I was thinking about it. I mean, like, there's no reason to panic. Maybe I'll just lose two in a row or even three in a row and then hope for the best.
Hopefully not like 9 in a row like last year or however many it
Yeah.
was last year.
Shout out to last year. Yep.
Yeah. I was trying to trade with Jules, but then she backed out. It was gonna be Chase for Ramondre and JMO. But I hate Chase.
Yeah, I
Oh,
feel like you're just asking to have your like BPM just go way up watching Chase. You just never know.
Yeah, I mean Jared has Mike Evans now. I hate that motherfucker.
I don't know where that hate stems from, bro. That's crazy work. He's been underrated every season.
Well yeah, season long he's consistent, but game to
Yeah,
game the
game by
variability is
game is this
crazy.
like
That's
yeah,
just
game
why I
by
don't
game
like
is a
him.
heart attack.
Because one game he'll put up 5, next game he'll put up 25. I just don't like that. But
Mm.
that's just how
Like
he
Kyrie.
is.
I
Yeah,
like my
and
boys.
not
Yeah.
but yeah. I don't know if we're I don't want to dictate things, but I just mentioned Tyreek. Um, I don't know if you're like if you want to move on to just generally biggest like as losers in terms of how the outcomes are going. I think that's probably one of my biggest
Yeah.
losers, definitely Tyreek, just with the absence of Tua. I mean, let's see what the backup does, but that ADP is like not going to be paid off well at this rate if he can't be found deep. So I don't know about that.
Yeah, I guess so. For losers, I guess I was gonna ask you guys. So obviously Waddle and Hill lose some value because of Tua's absence. Does that move them down? Like how far down does that move them for you guys? Because for me, like Hill is probably like a back end receiver 1 for me, and Waddle's like a receiver 3 for me. But like, where do you guys have them
Yeah,
now?
yeah, I would agree with that. I would have Waddle probably in the flex and like a fringe wide receiver one, two. It's like I think when players like this is like you can buy low at them, but at this point, like I don't even know if I want to buy low on Hill because I know I just don't know what I'm getting. So I would probably agree with that.
Hmm. I agree as well. To be honest, I had Hill in my other league, and I'm like trying to trade him away for his name value. Like it's obviously a reaction, but it's a healthy one because at least when that Thompson guy came in, he did not look too good. It wasn't promising, and there's only certain quarterbacks that can throw to speedsters like them folks out there. in Waddle and Hill. So that's just my take on it.
What
I don't.
about A-Chain? Does A-Chain change for you, Jared?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Oh, he
too.
goes up in value if anything.
I
Once
don't
again, like a
know. I don't know if
reactionary
it goes
thing,
up.
but that dude, that dude's getting dump offs for days, and you can just still have your creative system around him that McDaniels is trying to do with him. You can still mix it up in that way because Shaq will hopefully throw accurately short. So
I think it's about even, honestly. I was thinking about this too. I think if you like looked at some of the games with the Dolphins, there was a lot of like trick handoffs. I don't know how to explain it, but it was like very tricky with what Tua was doing to like deceive with like all those like motions and jet sweeps and whatever like that. And I don't know if this backup can kind of like do that same and still open up HN. You're gonna see HN have more like carries, but his efficiency is gonna go down. But it'll be offset, as you said, with like those short intermediary like screen passes, which he'll get some PPR off of. But I think it'll be the same, honestly.
Yeah, I guess we all kind of had the same brain cell because I was thinking the same thing, like that he would get more dump offs, but then I also thought like their offense might just get shittier, so then it kind of just
Yeah,
cancels out.
exactly. Yep.
So we literally all had the same brain cell. It's good to
Nice.
hear.
now showing all one. Let's get it.
Yeah, and then I guess since we're on the typical running backs, does Kyron, because of all those Rams receivers, does Kyron move for you guys?
Yeah, he moves down for sure.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do well with the packed box. Obviously, they're gonna
Yeah.
focus on that more.
I've also heard like this offensive line is like horrible for the Rams.
Yeah, they're
It's
all a
Yeah,
lot
god.
of their
It's like
stars
one
are
of the worst
hurt.
you've ever seen. That's what I've heard. And like Stafford, I don't know what he's gonna do. So yeah, I would be surprised if he like pays off anywhere close to his ADP for Kyron.
Yeah. And then another big loser, I guess, is and going to the tight end department is Kelsey.
Yeah.
I don't know what that man's doing. It's just Taylor Swift curse, I guess you can say, bro.
Yeah, I guess I asked Ashton this question. I'm kind of curious what you guys think. Who do you guys think is going to finish higher, Laporta or Kelsey?
I think Laporta.
Yeah, I think Laporta too. It's just that the targets have been, well, I haven't watched all the Lions games, but I know JMO has been really like pulling out and Laporta's been quiet, but I would still assume Laporta. I think Kelsey's getting there up in age, and I think Rashee Rice has kind of taken that role a bit away from Kelsey. Yeah, I would probably pretty easily say Laporta.
Yeah, I didn't realize this, but Kelsey's turning 35 next month.
Yeah,
He's up
yep, he's
there.
old as hell.
That's a
Yeah,
dinosaur.
and I guess like some people that stocked up. Um, who do you guys think really had a good weekend and rose their stock?
Hmm.
Um, Man, that's tough. I mean, Marvin Harrison, I mean, I think we just like
Yeah,
got some like, okay, he's not going to be a bust. Like, I think Kyron was really looking for him, and then it became a blowout. But I really think, like, in a competitive game, it was kind of crazy how much he like auto bought, like auto getting
aimbotted.
yeah, aimbotted like in the beginning. I mean, I think he needs to do those type of things though to like pay off his ADP. So I wouldn't say it's like a big riser or anything.
That's a good point.
Um, yeah, so yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean, I think Saquon, I knew he was going to be like better within this offense, but Um, like I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes RB1.
Yeah. What about you, Jared? You got anyone that you thought really raised their stock this weekend? Last
yeah.
weekend?
The main three I had was Marvin Harrison and actually right before I created this list before our trade and Jameson was on it,
Yeah.
so I hope he continues to rise. And then I don't know. I think Kyler. I mean, going along the Kyler and Mitch J Trout or Trout. What am I saying? Route. I don't know. Yeah, Kyler's been disrespected. He's been I think I was high on him actually this year, but I ended up picking up Hurts for my stack, so I was just like, pass on him, I guess, this year. But I knew he was going to do pretty well. Not trying to be like LeBron or anything, but he has had good years. I think as the years go on too, Call of Duty gets shittier. So I think he's focusing less on that and more on his on-field action.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a confounding factor there. I also think the Saints offense in general is going to rise pretty soon. Kamara had a big outing.
Yeah, Shahid as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mount Carmel's finest.
Yeah, dude. No, they look good. They look really
Our wide
good.
receiver 7 right now on ESPN.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I will also say one more name. I think I'm not really shocked, but I am shocked that the Vikings offense has like been really good with Darnold. So I think Justin Jefferson wouldn't be surprised if he finishes also like maybe wide receiver one. So I don't know.
That's what I was just about to say too. I was like, that was a very, very big surprise.
Yeah, I guess I just throw one name out there. I think for me, Bowers raised his stock a lot because after week
Yeah.
one, I was like, okay, we'll see if he can repeat it. And then week two, he ate again. I'm like, all right, big dog, I see you.
What
I
up, big
mentioned
dog?
his tight ends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
17 targets in 2 weeks.
yeah.
So
I
that's
was like, all right,
good.
maybe he is for real.
Yeah, I saw something on Twitter. It's like this, like he's balling at 21. Yeah, put him in the Hall of Fame. Like,
Well, I mean, Pitts got 1,000 yards, and we saw that turned out. So we got to wait a little bit.
Well,
yeah, Falcons is an interesting point too of like risers or not. I still am not convinced if, I mean, it looked better than week one, but
Yeah, that's all I wanted to see, honestly. I'm okay. I'm happy with what happened.
like Kirk is like underthrowing every pass though.
Okay, yeah, I agree. But I mean, actually, speaking of that, I was talking to Ashton about this. Do you think Kirk or Rogers will finish higher in fantasy?
Ooh,
that's an
Rodgers
interesting.
does not look great either.
They both look kind of cooked.
Man, I think I'm gonna say Rodgers. I think I don't know. He has something left to prove still. And Kirk, I mean, it was just one drive that I would have based my opinion on. Otherwise, he's just looked not so good.
I
Not
mean,
close.
both of them are coming off Achilles injuries.
Yeah, they're both old as shit.
Yeah, but I feel like I don't know. I don't know what A-Rod's got going on with his rituals and shit, but hopefully mentally it'll help him.
Yeah, we'll see. That's a good question. I think it'll be really close.
Who do you think will finish higher though, Ishan?
Just be a devil's advocate. Just choose a,
Yeah, I'll go Kirk.
and we'll put a bet on it.
All right.
No, I don't want to bet on it. It's like old. Yeah, that's not a fun bet.
Nasty bet.
I mean, right now they're actually averaging identical. They're both averaging 11.9, so we'll see.
All the mid. Yeah. Any I guess on that like same breadth of quarterbacks, are we any hot takes for people like any quarterbacks going to finish in the top 10?
Well,
I
actually,
think
I was gonna ask you guys, where do you guys think Carr finishes?
top 10.
Top
Yeah.
10? You think he'll finish top 10?
I think I think things might cool off. They're not going to blow out every single team, but I mean, like, who's he competing against? Like, we'll think about it. They're like, right
Well,
now, I don't know if it's
well,
going to speed up again, but like, we're like seeing a record low and like plays run.
yeah.
Like, some of these quarterbacks are just, it's only been 2 weeks, but like, I haven't seen anything crazy. I don't know what the fuck the Cowboys are doing. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, I
I
got
could,
the. Sorry, Jared, continue.
no, my bad. I was pretty no, this is a very interesting storyline. I say top 10 though. Just
Really?
because if they get through these first, yeah, if they can get through these, especially through these first 5 weeks where besides game one when they face the Panthers, like the next three games, Dallas and two other teams, that's not coming to my mind, but I did see that he has like pretty competitive opponents there. He's in one of the easier divisions.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I can totally see this all the way through for him being top 10.
And he's finished top 10 before,
I
so
guess, yeah. So I guess I got the list right here. So obviously, we all think he's gonna finish above that, or we think Allen, Lamar, Hurts, Kyler, all gonna finish above him. Do you just think he'll finish above Burrow?
Mm.
Carr over Burrow.
Yeah, because Burrow's look
Yeah, I think it's
pretty
possible.
shaky. It's
I think it's
possible.
possible.
I don't think it's as possible. I think once T is back, that offense will look better.
All right, and then what about Mahomes? Do you think Mahomes will finish higher or Carr?
Oh, I think Mahomes will finish a little bit higher.
That one I'm a little split on. I'm not even gonna lie, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
I
I'd
mean,
rather, I
I
think
don't know.
Mahomes would, like, we're talking fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy.
yeah,
Like, I don't, Burrow, man. I mean, they always kind of do this in the beginning. The Bengals are shit and they kind of run through later, but man. I mean, dude, they're gonna throw it a lot more. Their Pacheco's gone.
Oh, they got Steele. What do you mean?
it,
All right.
also steal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Daniels, I think we think Daniels will finish higher because he rushes.
Yep.
Richardson, same reason.
Richardson's boomer bust for me.
Really, talk your
I
shit
think I
about
have Richardson
Richardson.
over Daniels.
Let's hear about Richardson.
I mean, it's just it doesn't seem like a very sustainable offense so far. Like, of course, he had that good first game, but he did kind of get exposed last game. Um, and once I feel like they're one of the systems more that can be figured out by the teams around them. Uh, you just contain him. I mean, it's not as simple as that, but I just don't think he's gonna like finish as high. Maybe like just outside the top 10. So
All right. And then, so what about Stroud?
Yeah, he'll be fine.
before,
Higher or above Derek? Above?
no, below.
Below? You think Stroud will
Like
finish below?
You have a
he's,
sophomore
he's
slump.
number he's number 8 or 9. Carr is 10.
Oh, so you think Stroud will finish above Carr?
Above. Sorry, I'm getting my
It
term.
just comes down to touchdowns. Like that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing.
So then, yeah, and then so Dak, what do we think about Dak? Above or below Carr?
Below.
Mm. He's had a really slow start too.
Well, actually, so Dak, Purdy, Goff, and Baker are like around Carr tier. Like, who do we think Carr's gonna finish above out of those four?
I I think he's gonna finish above Baker
Okay, and then what about Goff, Purdy, and Prescott?
and Purdy. Uh,
And off.
Okay, so it just comes on to Goff then, or it comes on to Prescott then, whether he's top 10 or not.
hmm.
I don't know. That one is tough. Because I don't think they've established the run yet, the Cowboys.
I don't know if they ever will though. Their running
And
backs are
then no one ever
trash.
That's
will.
the I don't think they ever will this season, so I feel like that's kind of and Brandon, you're relying on Brandon Cooks this year too. I mean, he's not bad, but like
He's kind
realistically,
of
it's
old though.
like I think it just comes down to the Saints are going to finish with a lot more touchdowns. I think like the way this is trending, maybe it's like too early to say and they suck, but like if it's for real, then I think if this is for real, then he'll finish above Prescott.
Okay, so he's pretty borderline top 10 then. It'll be interesting to see how this
Yeah,
progresses. And just kind of tangential to that, out of the three, or rank these three receivers, Garrett Wilson, or rank how you think they'll finish. Garrett Wilson, Olave Garden, and Drake London, the second round
yeah.
receivers.
There's
Second round headaches, bro.
Yeah, because right now, Olave or London and Wilson are 8.5 and 8.6, so they're like neck and neck right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Mm.
I'm
I
gonna
think
have.
I think it goes Wilson, Olave, then London.
Yep, I agree.
Okay, because I thought mine went Olave, London, then Wilson.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Olave, London, Wilson. But I mean,
No
it's gonna be close.
bias intended.
yeah.
Gonna be close.
It just comes out which. I mean, Carr is likely the most competent, but I feel like not watching every snap of these like Saints games, but it just like seems like Carr's like game is more suited for like for receivers like Shaheed.
I feel like they low key don't like each other. I don't know why.
They just go out there, do business, just like how you are with your coworkers. They don't got
Yeah, I feel like he loves Shaheed, but like for some reason, him and Carr and Olave just don't get along.
yeah, I there's definitely some disconnect with Olave, but I still think he'll rise. I think he'll as long as they keep this play action up and stay creative, keep these guys moving around the field. I think the Saints and Olave and Derek Carr and company will be good. I think it'll get better for Wilson pretty soon, hopefully. I was big on him last year and the year before that. So
All
he's
right.
due for one.
Yeah. I guess now would you like to give a little shout out to our main sponsor, Ishan?
Yeah, it's gonna be a new sponsor today. They just sent in their request, so we'll just read them. Yeah, big thanks to Apple.
Wow,
Uh,
we got Apple.
yeah, we got Apple now.
Who worked that deal? Was that you or Yashvin?
That was Ashton, of
Oh,
course.
well, okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Ashvin.
yeah. So shout out to the Apple Vision Pro for all of your needs for the metaverse or for gooning or for just recipes. Go ahead and buy an Apple Vision Pro. Use our discount Monkey for 5% off,
How do you spell
and
monkey?
it'll help us out a lot.
Can you
Oh
spell
yeah,
monkey?
Monkey Monke. That's
Yes.
Monke Monkey, and you can get a
Okay.
5% off your Apple Vision Pro.
So now I guess we'll move on to our next segment. It's called the panic meter. It's a new segment. Basically, I'm going to give them some players, and they're going to tell me from scale of 1 to 10 how panicked they are about this player. One being piss chillin', 10 being shit's burning down. So I guess the first player that we'll talk about is DeAndre Swift. Where are you guys from 1 to 10 on panic for DeAndre Swift?
John, you can go first.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not intently watching Bears game. That's probably by choice, but I would say a probably good 8. Um, it's not looking like, but I heard like what is it? Caleb Williams has thrown 0 touchdowns in like both games. I think 100 under like 100 yards of passing or something crazy like that. I could be wrong. If they're not moving the chains, then I don't see any reason why Swift would do well. And I think Khalil Herbert's still there, and he's definitely not bad at all. And I know Swift has only really had like one really, I mean, he's had other like good moments in like um with the Lions. But if you just think about that Eagles season, that was a complete good season put together. But I wouldn't be surprised if Khalil like takes his job and the offense is worse than we thought it was. So I would say 8.
Simply put, those holes are not open. So it's an 8 as well for me.
Yeah, I agree. I think that O-line's trash. It's a 10 for me.
Yeah.
I do not want that man. If I'm Vischer, I'm trying to get rid of that man.
Who's gonna buy that, man?
I
I'm
got you.
sure it's just
I
someone.
got you. If you watch this before you see my text,
All right. And then so player number two is a player on, I guess this player affects both you guys. Mark Andrews. Where are you guys at on the panic meter?
Ooh, that's a good one. Um,
I guess we'll let Jared start first
yeah,
because
I'm
he's
gonna
on
let
your
Jared go
team.
because I
Or I
don't.
can go if Jared doesn't want to go first.
mm. Yeah, you can go first. Go ahead, Andrew.
I think for me, I'm probably at a 6, like a little bit elevated, but I'm not super worried yet. But yeah, just a little bit elevated because I'm more worried about Zay if I was because I didn't think Zay would get this many targets.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I won't lie about that. I'm at like a 5.5 for this man. I think his talent will show, come through. I'm always a big believer in the narrative. Bro has type 1 diabetes and saved somebody on the plane who was actually going through hypoglycemia. So I think good karma's coming his way. He deserves a Super Bowl. He'll do what it takes.
Can you break down what hypoglycemia or can you define it for our viewers?
Yeah, of course, hypoglycemia is when you have like low blood sugars, and that could be very urgent as far as your life at your hands. You know, when times when like you inject too much insulin, uh, you experience like sweats, very fast heart rate, and yeah, it's kind of like a life crumbling like little incident. But once your blood sugars are controlled, it's fine after that.
And then for our viewers at home, what are some of the warning signs of someone with hypoglycemia?
Like I said, if it was recently, like you can talk about their history of it, like if they recently did had their injection of insulin, or if they're just profusely sweating, very confused. Um, what else is there? Uh, Trembling, shakiness. Yeah, look out for those signs
And
and
is
give them cheese and crackers and I think like I forgot the name of the candy, but there's a certain portion of candy you give them to get their blood sugars back up.
thank you for your
That's
your uh
great.
your advice, Jared.
I did.
Thank you.
I'm a consult at any time.
All right. And then so moving on, or I guess not,
Yeah,
I
I
think
didn't
you
get my
already
I
did.
didn't
Yeah,
get my
you should
panic.
continue. Sorry, my bad.
I'm gonna have to give a 5 out of 10.
Can we get some spicier takes, please? Can we stop all agreeing with each other?
All right, I'm gonna give it 3. I'm gonna give it 3. You know why? Because
No, no, no. Stick with your
they have to
guns.
throw. They have
Five,
to throw
five,
the
five,
ball.
five.
Stay
They have,
on.
they have to throw that ball because that they suck right now. Let's just like they're not playing good. And
That's cope.
I know Terrence is like not happy at all. Like Lamar looks
I'm
like
gonna
happy
remove this part. You
now.
can't say that shit.
0-2, bro. 0-2.
Lamar
That's
does not look good. Like he's missing, passes to receivers on like crucial drives, and I'm not watching every snap, but if they really just want to get this like thing going, then you got to rely on Andrews. I think there was some good stuff late in the game where they were kind of leaning on him. Just lean on the guy, he's produced before, and I think they will just to get Lamar more comfortable with like some intermediary passes. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop my rating to 4. I said 3, but I'm at a 4. I'm at a 4.
Okay, so I guess none of us are super impressed about him. But what do you guys think about Mahomes? Where are we at with Mahomes?
Mm. That man will get it done, but if his team's winning, I don't see need for, I guess, too much change. I mean, they're always gonna have the refs side of things. So I'm at like a for fantasy purposes though, I'm at like a maybe like a 6.5 for him.
I was
Yeah, I
gonna
would
say
agree.
I'm at a 7, but now you said 6.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 7 for
Okay, we're
fantasy.
just gonna move. One of these we're gonna disagree with each other. Okay.
Let's get one of them.
All right, and then so I guess moving on for Diggs. Where are we at with Diggs? He had one really good game and one really bad game.
Mm. I was never a believer in him, so after this game, it kind of really showed there. I think it's Nico's Collins, backfield or not backfield, but receiving core for the taking. So I'm at like a 7.5 for Diggs. I know it's not super high, but he will be good. I feel like as a veteran presence up until like the 10th week, and then I think Dell will slowly come along again, and Nico Collins will always be there.
How about you,
Honestly,
Ishan?
I really don't care about Diggs. I'll just be honest. Like, it's just like,
All right, just all right. You can leave it at that. You can leave it
He
at
ain't
that.
digging
I think for me, I'm like at a 5, so kind of similar.
Boo.
We're gonna address. We'll come back to that different episode. We'll save
I
that.
got some. I got some. Here, let
All
me
right,
get. Let me,
yeah, yeah. All right, hit us.
I actually created a list of them too.
All right, perfect.
Do we want? I have three more. How much do you want to do more?
all
Yeah,
right.
you hit us. Hit us.
All right, McLaurin. You guys can speak for me.
10.
Oh
Fuck
my
that.
God.
I think the
I'm
house
gonna look
got
at
burnt. I think the house is not standing anymore.
I think McDaniels will get a little bit more comfortable with the pass, but yeah, it's probably like a I mean, I really wanted him and like was able to reach like I don't know, probably like a I think a 7 to be honest. I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, what are
Like
you at,
eight,
Jared?
7 and 8.
I'm at a 5. I'm gonna play a patient game. Patience
All
is
right.
Yeah. I mean, that's all what you can do. There's no reason in trading him.
Well, no one wants to trade him for him anyways.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to trade him. Like I would buy him if like Jared was down like lower the value for me, like but decently amount, but you have to stay patient, I think, if
All right,
you're reaching.
let's get a live trade negotiation here. What are we working with?
mm, mm,
What are you offering, Ishan?
See my
my deals for you.
if I didn't have this Debo and Cup issue, I could potentially oh this would be tough. Okay,
It'd be
if I had those two, I wouldn't do this anymore. But I would be open to because I know Deontay's another person we can talk about. But I would
no,
pop
this is fucking tough.
Deontay and Shakir.
Oh no.
Nah, bro. What the fuck?
I would put Deontay and Shakir for Terry right now.
I mean, right now it makes sense, but it's not what I want to do for sure because I think very differently of McLaurin. So
Yeah, and that's why I wouldn't trade him. Like
All
if I
right.
were you.
And then so I guess Jared said you want to where we're at on Deontay.
oh, that's
All
not
right.
even relevant. How is
It's
he
not
more?
okay. It's below
No,
below
no,
an
we're not.
red rifle. That's the saving grace.
Okay. Anyway, so who else do you have for us, Jared?
Amari Cooper is a really good one.
10.
Yeah, I would say so.
I think the house is also burnt down. I think Watson is just so cooked.
He likes Judy better.
He
I
likes
feel like
Judge
man,
Judy.
Yeah.
Judge Judy. Judy here
Yeah.
to say today.
What were you saying before?
No, I just think what was I gonna say with him? Oh yeah, I mean like I can't imagine being like Watson right now. Probably people are like in his head like every game like fucking rapist. Like dude, like get off
Hey,
the
you
phone.
can't say that word, bro. What the fuck?
Oh,
You trying to guess lose our sponsors? We just got Apple,
Oh,
bro.
sorry. Sorry, I should have put
Bruh,
quote
come
unquote.
on. No, you can't even say that word, bro. What the fuck?
Oh man. I mean you could do
Damn. Are we okay? Well,
you have to put
I
that in
guess
post.
Ishan, Ashwin, you gotta get Samsung or some shit because we just fumbled
Okay,
Apple. God damn it.
Why do we pop with
So
the
sorry.
Apple bag?
Apple, that's not like me. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
I mean,
who's the last person you had for us?
DJ Moore.
DJ, I'm like at a 3.
6. I'm gonna, or actually, now that I hear 3, it makes my 6 seem stupid. I'll
I'm
take
actually pretty high in the level. I say like 8 for me.
Okay.
Uh,
I guess I'll say why I'm at a 3, and then we'll hear where you're at an 8. I just believe in the talent, and I think Caleb. I mean, I feel like Caleb can't get worse. That's the thing.
yeah, and he's
That's
18
true.
targets in
Yeah.
2 weeks.
So why are you at an 8?
I'm at an 8 because he just can't. I don't know if he has like the character strength to carry on with it, and or have the patience for that matter for like someone like Caleb for the rest of the year. I think it's a tough situation. Like I said, like he probably can't get worse than this, but what if it's consistently bad all year? Um, that's always that in the back of my head. I know Keenan, and I guess he has some sort of competition for targets. I feel like you can align their receiving core with the Texans receiving core, but there's actually a true alpha in Nico and the Texans. I don't think DJ is like that alpha role just yet on a team like this. I think a Dunze will come to fruition too towards the end of the year. So like there will always be like a split, more of a split than people think.
I sense a little bit of Husky bias.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of that too. I won't hide that.
Yeah, I
We said a
guess.
dog though.
But did you forget where DJ came from? What team he came from?
Yeah, dude, he's been
Yeah,
playing
that's
with Monk his whole life.
He's been playing with bums.
yeah.
Also, he already got paid a fat contract, so he's not like worried about wasting. He's like, all right, I got my money, just now it's time to play.
Yeah,
Can I give offer just a very side quest question? After
yeah,
people get paid like that, do you think they try a little less?
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
But it
So just
depends though of the money, like how the contract is done well, because if they know I already got like the contract, I don't have to be as worried about injuries because like I have my money depends on the structure of the contract, I think. But if it's like more guaranteed than like what they're comfortable with, maybe
hmm
they could yeah, maybe they yeah, if they have low if they're it's like more like structured on guarantees and like less on incentives, I could see them like trying less because they get there's no point. Like I already have it. So yeah, maybe yeah, I think you're onto something.
Yeah,
Yeah. Shout out Kenny Galladay.
yeah, ultimate
Yeah.
bag getter.
Oh yeah. What happened to that guy, man?
All right, so I got 3 more for us. Where are you guys at on Pickens?
Oh, that's a really good one that you should ask. I'm not panicking too much. I'm like at maybe like a 3.5 more. Only because of quarterback play and how that can potentially shift. But that bro's a dog. I think
You're not really going to a better quarterback though with Russell Wilson, are you?
do I think he'll be better?
And Justin Fields?
I think Wilson's more accurate and he knows more of the playbook. So I will say
I
Wilson
mean,
will
they're
be
both new
a little
though.
bit of an upgrade.
I guess they're both new to the team, so I don't know. I mean, he's more experienced and stuff like that, but I feel like
That's what I'd say. My bad.
I think we already know. I feel like I knew this is gonna come with Pickens. I think it's probably more of like a 6 for me. Like I knew like I don't know. I just never really wanted Pickens on my team just because I just think he's I don't know. I don't play football, but it just screams overrated. I don't know. Just
I'm at
aura. I think it's aura. It's
or a
all aura.
loss.
It's all aura.
I'm at like at a
Turn to
5.
football.
Same reasons for Eshawn. I think they're also going to be like a run first team, so I kind of expected this. So it is what I expected.
Yeah.
And then so for the next one, um, where are you guys at with where did he go? Oh, Ayuk.
Mm,
Oh,
I'm not too
uh,
worried.
I'm probably happier now. Like if I'm an IU owner, like not trying to be happy on injuries if I had an IU owner, but
Yeah, unlike you
I mean
guys.
this is if he still is not performing like within the 49ers is looking like they're taking a step back, I could see myself going to a 7 to an 8.
So where are
Just
you right
because
now?
I'm not a 9 or 10 is because of the talent.
Oh,
I'm at
okay.
That's a good question to ask in like 2 weeks from now.
a
Where
yeah,
you?
it's definitely his preseason still.
Yeah, you didn't go camp.
Hmm.
And so where are you at, Jared?
I'm at 3. I think he'll
3?
be fine.
Yeah, I'm at like 1. I'm not worried about him. I
Yeah.
agree with Ishan though. Like 2 weeks from now, if he's still, fucking
Yeah.
around, not doing anything,
Went to the
then we can
7.
talk.
Yep. Yeah,
And
he's like
then yeah.
snaps.
So then this one, I'm kind of curious. Where are you guys with McCaffrey?
Oh,
Whoa.
oh man. Yeah, I feel bad for Terrence, man. You know what? It's funny that you asked this. I had I told him the beginning of the season, I'm like, don't pick
Okay,
McCaffrey.
LeBron. Okay, LeBron.
Dude, you think I'm LeBron today, bro? I swear. Terrence can tell you. Terrence can tell you. I was the only one that was not saying McCaffrey. I said I'd rather pick like CD Lamb or maybe even Hill if you really feel like more bust. But obviously Hill wouldn't have been the greatest choice, sir. But yeah, no, I swear to you, I he's getting older. I don't want to look too much into like off-season festivities, but he's at a point in his life too where like things are just shifting. He got married and whatnot. I don't think he's focusing more on
Yeah.
his health, and he already has a history in itself. And the talent will always be there, but I'm panicking pretty big on him. Like he's at like a 7.5 for me as far as longevity goes wise.
I think he's at a 9 for me. I think this like injury could it go longer? Like maybe. And like their Mason's been fine. Like obviously we'll see how much games they're gonna win if they didn't need to rush him back at all. But yeah, I think like there is a world where I think he's like shut down, I think.
Just bring him
Yeah.
back to the playoffs.
I think I'm like at a 10 because I feel like even if he comes back, he's gonna be splitting work. They're not gonna give him like 80%, 90%.
And it's a 1-1 ADP, so yeah.
Yeah. And then I actually lied. Sorry, viewers. I have one last one. Where are you guys at with Pittman?
Oh,
Oh, 10.
I don't like to
I
overreact,
didn't even. I mean, well,
but
I think I mean that's the reason why his ADP was like with the ESPN ranking when no one was picking him. Like, there's partly we kind of knew there just wasn't enough like film, I guess, or enough snaps between Richardson and Pittman. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I think this offense is going to be good, like for the Colts, but I just don't see a world where like Pittman really fits this type of play.
it goes hand in hand with me and not liking Anthony Richardson as much. So bad quarterback comes not so
At
great.
quarterback,
8.5.
we don't
Yeah,
disagree.
I'm like at an 8 because I didn't want him. I didn't think he'd be
Yeah,
doing this bad. Like I thought he'd be doing a little bit better,
yeah.
but he's doing worse than I thought he would be doing. So I'm kind of panicking a little. But I know Lucas doesn't listen to this podcast, so it doesn't matter.
And just Richardson
We're
will
trying to help.
we'll have a little side bet me and Jared if Richardson finishes as a top 11 QB.
Top 11.
Why
Oh,
11?
Just
top
because
10.
I don't want to be cheesed if I say top 10 and he finishes 11.
Oh,
You should just say
so we
10.
got so we got the Rogers versus Kirko. Then we got Richardson being a top 10.
And
11.
Carr, and then Richardson.
Okay, I'll just throw out one more name because I'm
Okay.
um what are we thinking panic meter on I'll say because he didn't really necessarily have a bad game or did, but I own this player, Xavier Worthy. I know Andrew's not a big fan of it. He didn't have the best outing. He's had some low targets. Marquise Brown has been shut down for the season. Just a little bit curious on how to rate this player and how to go treat him going forward. I think though, like I'm probably at a 5.
I guess for me, I'm not worried at all. I'm like at a 1 because I think he's just gonna be a flex player anyway. So this is kind of what I expected.
hmm
Yeah.
That's exactly how I agree. I don't think there was any like big standard for him, like Richardson or DJ Moore or any other player that we had before this, like going into the season. So I think he still have a win in him and like a boom or bust play.
Yeah.
I'm not panicking on him.
Yeah, he's kind of just what I thought he would be.
Yeah.
No
If
hot
he
take.
if it's like 2 weeks from now and he's still putting up like less than 5, then maybe I'm like at a 4.
Nice.
But I didn't expect him to be like consistent double digits every week.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you feel, Ishan?
Yeah. I mean, I I picked him just for the upside. Like I really knew I like for the flexes like this, I'm not really like shooting for consistency. And there are other players like maybe I'll name a few, but I think there's one more now that I just thought of it who I really did want to ask.
Okay,
Trevor
final
Lawrence.
one, last one, actual last
Final
one.
one. Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars just as a whole. What do we
Oh,
think?
Nice.
I'm at a 10.
Oh, there you go. You beat me.
That's my guy. Like I've had him like 3 years in a row, but I think it's time
You think it's
to put him
time?
to rest, time to put him down.
You think he's backup season?
No, well, I think their offensive coordinator sucks. I think it's the big problem.
I just he's yeah, he doesn't like throwing touchdowns, does he?
I think Doug
No,
Peterson's the problem.
yeah, I agree. It's the coaching. Time to put him down, put them all down, just burn Jacksonville down.
Trevor Lawrence to the Vikings.
No, they got JJ McCarthy.
Well, they got Sam Darnold, dude.
And they have Sam Darnold.
I just want to see every quarterback play for the. That's a good, yeah, like minus Mahomes. If you like put every quarterback on the Vikings, who would play the best?
Why the Vikings?
Just because they're like QB proof. Like any quarterback can play well there.
Why not the 49ers?
But potato potato.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so that concludes our segment. Thank you all. And then I guess so before we close it, before we wrap it up, we're gonna ask the guest question of the episode. So this week's guest question is, Jared,
Mhm.
did would you say you ate a lot of chips growing up?
Oh yeah, I love
Okay,
chips.
perfect. So what are your top five chips?
Ooh, that's a deep question right there, boy. Um, so I got to put baked hot Cheetos up there. Those are
Okay.
what.
Is that
Ooh, big.
five or are we just doing no order?
Let me create like a five favorite, and then I'll organize it there. I know it's kind of a long way to do it, but
Okay, I
it's
go
the
for
options.
me personally, baked Cheetos is number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we can conclude that if we want to help out each other. But baked hot Cheetos. I don't want to go overboard with like the very spicy chips, but Takis is up there too.
Okay.
And then you got to put sour cream and cheese ruffles there.
Okay, that's solid.
That's like a Super Bowl staple. Um, yeah, make sure it's the orange ones, not just the regular sour cream.
What about the
Better sour cream.
staples of Cool Ranch Doritos and nacho cheese
Yeah,
Doritos?
do that in Doritos.
No, those are ass compared to a lot of the chips I've tried.
Okay,
Oh,
wow,
oh,
that's bold.
oh,
Well,
oh.
which one do you think is better, Cool Ranch or nacho cheese?
I'm more of a nacho cheese one.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm more of a Cool Ranch.
That's fair.
Yeah. So what
So
else do
yeah,
we have?
What else we got here?
Where are how do you view Pringles?
Oh, Pringles are up there.
it-
Texturally, I think there's better chips out there, like popcorners. Very healthy chip.
oh, it's a
Those are
Okay.
good one. Hellcorn.
All right.
yeah, dude, because the Pringle like things like Pringles and Doritos, they're lacking in texture as like these than the other chips that are created nowadays. I was gonna say Kettle is really good too.
Yes, kettle, very solid. What's your favorite kettle flavor?
Mm. I've had the jalapeno cheddar ones.
Those
Those
ones
are
are so good.
like I get that at Jersey Mike's every time. That one's like a
Shout out
fire.
Jersey Mike's.
Um, Salt and vinegar. You can never go wrong with
Yep.
that. I was gonna say actually salt and vinegar Lay's is an honorable mention too. Um, but yeah,
I
I
think you're
miss a
missing
lot of chips. I think
one
those are
big dog.
which one?
I think you're missing one big dog. That's a hint of lime Tostitos. Let's give a round of applause for that one.
Nah.
Yeah, that's the best chip.
Man,
What,
bro.
nah. Where did that come from?
Best chip. I just had it the other day. I was like,
You
damn, that's a good chip.
you like that shit?
Hint of lime Tostitos. Hell yeah, dude.
Just straight up,
Nah. Ashford leaves for one episode and you start talking crazy.
Hint of lime,
bare
bro.
bare
Hint
ass,
of lime.
no dip or anything with it.
You can't put guacamole with it, but hint of
You
lime is
can't
just
put
that
dude,
good.
guacamole is fucking mandatory with those type of chips.
Hint of lime, just
It's
wow.
a system chip because you need guacamole. Like these
You
other chips,
don't.
you don't
But
need
the
like
thing is, you don't need
dressings.
it.
That's the block party of chips, bro.
Nah, nah, man. I feel like Sun Chips kind of fell off.
Oh my god! Wait, no,
Oh,
Sunchips are good, dude. I've had it.
no. Okay,
Nah,
good.
Garden
I think they
salsa, give me
fell
that
off.
shit,
No,
bro.
garlic salsa is good, but I feel like no. I feel like what have they done in the past like 10 years? Like, I don't know like
It
what they've
just
come
isn't
out with.
marketing. Here's like buy into the system marketing.
They're just a corporate slave.
You just gotta think of like what is a chip?
No, but actually, like, what have they released in the past like 10 years? Like, I don't know like what flavors they
What do you
released.
do? You don't if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. That
I
shit
feel
was
like they're
good.
just coasting. Like Cheetos is always like mixing it up and shit.
Wait,
Hmm.
but who's trying the other? Just everyone's just getting the same two, three Cheetos, like hot
White cheddar
Cheetos.
pops.
No, jalapeno. They got jalapeno. They got the extra
They
hot. They
have.
got
They've been having jalapeno though. That's like
yeah,
since
but
like
they got like
20.
other. They mix. I don't even know like what they've Sun Chips has done.
You don't
Nope,
need
they
to
haven't
just get
progressed in
that.
any way.
Yeah, exactly. They plateaued.
But the thing is though, about the sun chip, when you get the mixed bag, all the red ones are gonna go first.
Yeah, because garden salsa is the best.
Yeah, that's the same thing with Fritos, man. I don't. I think you're a Fritos guy. Fuck, that's
Okay, and then so Jared, how do you feel about Funyuns?
Oh, those are fire too. Those are like a childhood staple. They're very like I said, texture over taste for me. Like those are like one of the better textured chips out there.
And then what about Cape Cod?
Oh. Am I sleeping? What are Cape Cod chips?
You know those already, Sean.
Aren't they like scooped?
They're like kind of, I don't know exactly what they are,
Oh
but they
yeah,
sell
these
them
are
at
like they're like kettle
Costco.
cooked, aren't they? Yeah, these are
Yeah, they're
kettle
kettle cooked. They sell them at Costco. They're
Mm.
like,
I like the marketing. Very clean.
bag is nice. Yeah, I
I
think
gotta
it's
give it a try.
alright. I'm not a big as fan as kettle cooked as you guys are. I think it's like the texture is a little bit too like sharp and kind of like hard and rough.
yeah, it is very hard. Like you'll
That's
you'll you'll like scrape the roof of your mouth
Yep.
sometimes.
That's what. And I think Lay's, I think Pringles and Lay's, I think that the texture is just like it just feels like a cheap chip to me, even though the flavors are pretty decent. I think Pringles are just not good. Like the stacks, like in that little cone. Yeah, that's not for me.
I like putting two Pringle chips to my mouth and then
Oh
making like
yeah.
a duck bill out of it. You guys ever do that?
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, dude.
classic.
Sentimental.
So I guess before we wrap, I guess just give us your top five chip brands, because that'll be easier than just top five chips. So your top five
Mhm.
chip brands.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
Uh,
Cheetos, you said.
Cheetos are number one. Um, I'll put Lay's. Lay's is always changing the game up there. I'll put
Okay.
that too. I'll put Kettle at number three. Um, Ruffles at number four,
Mm,
and then I'll put Popcorners as number five as a hot take.
okay. Nice. And then so once again, thank you for coming on, Jared. Where can our viewers find you?
Oh, find me at Island Hospital right now, doing interning over there. Um,
Can we get the address? What city?
Yeah, what address was?
undisclosed. You can look it up. But I'm only here for like 6 weeks in this beautiful Airbnb, so it's good vibes. Otherwise, visit me in Seattle. I'm only there for
Well,
another year.
well, socials. Where can they find you online?
Oh, Harrid underscore Jabreo, Hared,
On what platform?
Instagram, of course.
Okay. And what about
Um,
LinkedIn, TikTok,
mm,
Facebook,
not a big,
MySpace?
not a big TikTok guy. Never made a MySpace. But yeah, no, only Instagram really.
All right, perfect.
But
Yeah. All right,
thank you.
thank you for coming on once again, Jared. We'd love to have you back. Ishan, thank you for co-hosting. Unfortunately, Ashwin couldn't be here. Hopefully he'll be here next week. And
Yes.
then I guess if no one has anything else, I guess we'll sign off for now. And once again, this has been the Return to Monkey podcast. Thank you for
Yeah.
listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Apple, don't leave us.
Yes. Yes,
Thanks for
Apple,
having
please
us.
don't leave. Tim Apple, please.
Good vibes only.